Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna be playing a fishing game called Cast and Chill. Let me pause the music. Welcome. Alright, so we're gonna be fishing, and in support of that I'm gonna wear my hat. Totally not because my hair is absolutely clapped right now. Totally not. And I'm wearing a jacket because I'm freezing. Jesus. Alright. Oh. Okay. So yes. Oh, so yeah, I made my picture up here, my actual profile, a bit smaller. God, wait. God, I need a shave. Whatever. It fits the fishing vibe today. So as you can see here, we have Cast and Chill. Haven't seen anything about this game. Anything at all. Maybe I saw like a trailer on like Steam. That's it, really. I haven't really seen many people play this. But like, yeah, bro. Like, you know what? Enough yapping. Let's just get into it. Let's just see how it is. Oh. There you go. Full screen. Oh. Hold on, I gotta do the intro. Where's OBS? There. How am I gonna do the intro this time? You know, yeah, we'll do it like this, then we'll go to the actual game. Alright. Hello everyone to Cast and Chill. We have the game already open. So, what companion are we gonna choose? We have... Actually, I used to have a golden retriever, so let's see if we can find that. Oh, I do like German Shepherds though. Oh, I couldn't tell you what any of these dogs are. You know, that looks more golden retriever like, I think. Mine was a bit more golden, but either way. Or we could choose the hat, actually. No, can I get like a hat that looks like mine? We got the fisherman hat on today. Yeah, that's it. And then I have pretty dark hair. Actually, that's probably me. Or could I get that? Nah, we'll do that. And then I want a black jacket to match my black aesthetic right now. Is that it? Even though we'll do that. Oh, looks like there's a second player, but anyway. Without further ado, Cast and Chill. Oh, look at him. Oh. I'll link my stream up on Twitch right now. There we are. Alright, yeah, everything looks good. What's this? Cast your line. Ooh. I'm really digging the art style right now. New species discovered. What do I do? Oh. That's pretty easy. Threadfin shad. Okay. Catch your first fish. Alright, I guess we'll fish on this side then. Another one. It's the new biggest one now. Okay, that's really cool. But yeah, like when in real life, not in games, for like the longest time, I would want to go fishing. I know it's like not like everyone's like most enjoyable thing to do, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty different in that way where like I actually do really like to like chill and just kind of like experience the atmosphere of just like fishing. Don't even need to like scroll reels or some bullshit like that. I actually just want to like chill out in nature and just like and it's also way more fun when you have people to do it with. But yeah, I would want to get my family to go fishing as much as possible. But just like we only went like fishing like maybe once or twice. It was really rare, and we never ended up catching much. We only started catching things when we went to like this trout farm once, but we were kids back then. Hey there, bud. I'm Rusty. Come on in. Oh, I thought they would have. I thought this guy would have a voice because in the trailer he had like an old man's kind of voice. All the gears over to the right there. Lures, rods, boats, and upgrades. The whole shebang. Yes. Okay. Well, if you need a hand or a good story, I got both in spades. All right. So we have. I think we. How much money do we have? I think we have 15. Or okay, so we have 15. So we'll get this next. For brown trout. Okay. Well, now we don't have nothing else. I guess we're trying to get a brown trout next. Okay. Oh, we can pet the dog. Oh, game of the year. Let's edit the game a little bit. Alright. This should be good here. I think the dog's looking at some fish. We'll go to the crankbait. There. Okay. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, do this. How do I select it? That's good, right? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Well, that went way longer. Oh, way further. Oh, there it is. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, come on, get it. Oh, nice. Oh, he pump faked me, bro. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Get over here. I thought that would be like a little more of a mini game to this. Uh, I guess it is pretty realistic. We'll try and go as deep down as we can, so we have extra leeway to hook it in. Oh, we're getting him. No, we're not. I feel like we might need something else. We're gonna get one eventually, don't worry. This guy's got pump fake. Oh, never mind. He's in it. Come on. What? Okay, you know what we should do? I think we should save up for a better rod, maybe. Yeah. Because I can't be asked waiting all that time. Because I think 3 fish last time got us 15 gold coins, so we'll save for the next one. Hey, you know what? We'll fish on the other side. Because all the fish are there. Yeah, there's some fish there. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Whoa, that's not... That is not what we wanted anyway. Oh, there we go. Nice. And then we get one more. Oh, no. I wish there was more buttons rather than like clicking on the screen to play this game, because it's a bit the controls are a little bit jank. I would much rather like some buttons rather than just clicking the sides of the screen, because sometimes I want to fish out the rod and it just, you know, doesn't do what I want. Oh, they're all just walking right past it. Walking? I mean swimming. Obviously. Alright. Oh, new biggest one. Okay. Oh, we have a map. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go back. Yeah, okay, so we got 15. Let's see. Yep. What can we get? Next one's 100. And yeah, these are way too expensive. What about this? Grabbing a fishing license lets you unlock new waters to fish, because the best lunkers don't hang around by the dock. Okay, so I think we should, even though it does take a bit longer, I think we should, yeah, save up for the next rod, even if we have to catch the really bad fish, because ain't no way they want us to save up that much just by using like the $5 fish anyway. Can't be asked going too far out, because like you have to row further. Alright, let's do that. Oh, no. God, I want us to win that. Okay. Oh, I guess. Wait, oh, we can put down the line, okay. So yeah, we're going further down, where these fish hang out. I don't know if fighting hard means that it's like pulling it further back. Oh, we got it. Okay. So there's a little bit of skill involved in this game. Smallmouth bass. Alright, we got that. No, okay. That's really annoying. Let it rip. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna edit this stream, because it just seems like one of them really long games where it's mainly just about chilling and catching fish, so there's not really much to be said. Although I do really think this would be pretty good with like multiplayer anyway. This one's putting up a fight. Damn. Alright. Whatever, man. Wasting my time. Oh. Oh, we're getting him. He's close. Yeah, there we go. Not really much to talk about in the stream. And that's like the neat part about fishing. It really is just about, you know, just chilling out with your friends and, you know, catching some fish, and you have that really hype moment. But then most of the time, it really is just about, you know, chilling out. We got him. Okay, so we have 3 fish now. No. What's it doing? Okay, yeah, we got the one. Okay. So I think one of the fish is really small, so I might really get it. For damn sakes. Hold on a second. Fucking bots, man. Get back, get out of here. Where are you going? There. Alright. Banished to the Shadow Realm. Alright, anyway. Let's sell this fish now. We have 39. That is not much, actually. I don't know. I might save it for the next road, but we could also get the next brown trout. Discover new species to unlock. Okay, so we actually do have to. You know what? I might save it for the next road or something like that. Oh, actually, you know, is there any like capacity? Okay, yeah. So you need to buy a boat. Oh, we can just do that. I'm gonna do that. All right. I think we should just go out. Actually, no, I can't be asked. What's up, fishing? What's up, rowing the boat? We're gonna. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple of fish to explore. Fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's go. What is there to talk about? I don't know. I took a couple of days off because I randomly got sick, which is like probably why my throat is so like raspy and shit like that at the moment. But I was also working out, and I had worked out in a little bit because sorry, I got lucky in the fish here. Yeah, so I was working out, doing legs, shit like that. You know, you gotta do squats, and hadn't actually worked out in a while because so whoa, I got lucky anyway. He's really fighting for this. Yeah, so I was doing legs, you know, the whole shebang, you know, just doing squats mainly, right? And my PR is like 90, and they're like, you know, you know, fry me for that. I'm only like 70, like 72 kilos or something like that. Um, and anyway, but I haven't actually worked out in a while. So you know, like everyone online is like, oh, you haven't worked out in like you know 3 weeks. You're gonna like lose all your strength progress, right? And I kid you not, I go back to lifting weights, right? And the craziest thing happened. I lifted more than before because I don't lose, bro. I never lose. All I do is win. Nah, but seriously, everyone online's like, and to be honest, I feel like it's mainly due to like majority of your favorite fitness influences are gonna be like these more like skinnier kids, like what they grew up being pretty skinny, and like he keeps pump faking me, bro. I swear to God. Anyway, yeah. Majority of your favorite fitness influencers online, Jeff Napad, Athlete X, uh, anyone really. They don't really struggle with uh, weight and stuff like that because they've always like had like a pretty like small appetite. But like, bro, back when I was making health and fitness videos and shit like that, like you realize majority of people really just don't know like the struggle of always being like fucking hungry, always eating big meals and shit like that. And it's just crazy. But anyway, and then like I feel like they're always talking about like, oh, you're gonna lose progress whenever you stop working out. And it's like, yeah, that might be true for them because like they're like, you know, upgrade your strength. Yeah, okay. Uh, Yeah, they're always talking about like losing strength, but basically like they haven't worked out in ages. And that's probably why for those kinds of like skinny people and shit like that, like like naturally smaller people, um, they have to worry about like like working out every single day and shit like that. But when you're someone like me, basically, it's like when it comes to working out, all you really need to do is work out like a few times a week. Just really hard workouts, like working out for like 2 hours of workout, it's like really intently and shit like that. Um, and once you do that, it's like you could literally take like a couple of weeks off, and you would be completely fine. No strength progress lost or anything like that. Um, oh yeah, that's also a different story about like the reason why I actually quit doing self improvement content. And not because of I actually quit self improvement. We always stay improving. I feel like that's like pretty like you know everyone should be doing that no matter what. But like I feel like um there's no point really helping anyone anymore. People are gonna do what they want to do. Like you could have all the evidence that like for example bread is bad, like cupcakes are bad, and people will still defend it. And you have people that defend it because you know they are just ignorant. People who defend it because they love it so much they are willing to defend their vices. And then you have people who are usually the influencers that are paid to say that like oh, it's not that bad, everything in moderation, shit like that. And so I just decided that there's not really much point really teaching people how to like be like more authoritarian and tell people how to live their lives. And I simply ooh, trophy weight cat, that's pretty big actually, wow. Anyway, we go now. Yeah, there's no really point telling people how to live their lives. Obviously, like when you're obviously my content wasn't telling people how to live their lives, at something like that. It was more like this is like scientifically the best, most optimal approach like that. And even if it's not fun to do, it's like the best thing for you. But people just don't want to know. And the reason for that, I think, is just because of like all the reasons I just listed. The ignorance, the vice people, the people that like they love doing their bad habits, and then also the people that literally defend the system because they're paid by it. Like if you ever see someone online like talking about, oh yeah, I have abs because I calorie count and shit like that, like majority of the time either like they're like obviously calorie counting is good to an extent, but people that like really push it are usually like paid by like AI companies that like scan the food and shit like that. And it's like I literally don't get how people are like falling for this, because like you don't want to listen to people that are literally paid to say what they have to say. You know what I mean? They're never gonna like if even if they saw like the reasoning and logic behind why their thing didn't work, they will still defend it, and it's because they're paid by it. So like obviously they're gonna like defend where their money's at. You know what I mean? Ooh, we're getting this guy. And I feel like, yeah, I probably could have made like more like niche self improvement content and shit like that. But again, like it's just like I'm done saving you. I mean, bro, I'm so sick. Like, when it's usually like it's more like when you go to like social media and shit like that, and you just see like people rage baiting online, and it really is just like, yeah, I could have had like a self improvement community and shit like that, but I feel like there's already people doing that sort of thing. And when I make my reaction videos talking about like philosophy and like and like more, there's more to come obviously, but I feel like that's gonna like reach people better, and then like and then at that point people are gonna like find the videos more digestible, and if they want to follow the advice or not, you know what I mean. But it's like, holy fuck, man, like you know you can be really disciplined and shit like that, and it's like no one really gives a fuck uh what you want to do with your life, because even if you're living a perfect healthy life and shit like that and people know you are, they will still say shit like, oh, your life's sad anyway, there's nothing, like you're living a sad life, you know what I mean. And it's like at this point it's like there's no really any point really taking life so seriously, you know what I mean. Like obviously eat the good food, work out, do all the hard disciplined habits and shit like that, but it's like read books, meditate, all that sort of stuff. But like, it really, you know, like literally teaching people stuff nowadays. Like you would really think, oh yeah, people want like some sort of like teacher, to like teach them like easy, like digestible topics on YouTube. But that really isn't the case anymore. I remember I was on Facebook, smite me down. I was on Facebook. I only use Facebook for selling shit, by the way. But oh, okay, no fish. Yeah, I was on Facebook and there was this dude. I forgot like his name, but like he has like basically like a bunch of like he's like bodybuilder type shit, and you don't even need to be like like an actual nutritionist nowadays to give nutritional information. People just trust like the biggest looking guy in the gym, and that's what I was talking about. It's like, okay, hold on, wait for this view to come. Yeah, like even like people listen to like influencers like Sam Sulek. He doesn't have any I at least I don't think he has any like qualifying like nutrition degree, like education and stuff like that. I don't think he does anyway. But I mean, like even if he did or didn't, it's like people are gonna listen to like him because like he's big and he's interesting to listen to. You know what I mean? We can head back now. Yeah, I mean, and then I was like online, right? And I saw like basically, if you didn't know this, the definition of a hypercarnivore is an organism that consumes 70% or more of its calories from animal products. So like eggs, meat, other animals, like animal products, milk included, shit like that. And then the person was like, they're like us, like yeah, they were giving nutritional information, and they were basically debunking because there was an actual carnivore. Welcome home. This guy's chill as fuck. Anyway, he was basically debunking, oh, this carnivore actually eats fruits and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but that still means they're a carnivore. They're consuming 70% of their calories from, animal products, you know what I mean? Like 70% of their diet is still meat, basically. Hold on, I'm really warm. I'll take this off, but I'll leave the heater on. That's better. Anyway, let's finish this fucking story. So yeah, person unqualified. All he does is like bodybuilding, basically, right? And basically, he got his results by just doing like really shit diet, like like really bad dieting basically, like unsustainable. I guarantee doesn't look like what he used to look like back when he was actually competing. But anyway, he's like, oh, this carnivore got debunked because they were eating a fucking fig. Like the figs, like the fruit, basically, and a couple other pieces of fruit and shit like that. And people in the comments were like, yeah, but if you eat a hypercarnivore, like, a carnivore is someone who, or not is someone, but any organism that still eats 70% of their calories from meat, basically, right? And he read that, and he could have searched that up. He could have searched up the definition of hypercarnivore, but yet he didn't, and was still online being like, haha, you're right, like, you're wrong and shit like that. Basically just like rage baiting, like, interaction baiting, right? And that's when I would kind of like, it wasn't like, that, but it might have been like one of the straws that broke the camel's back, where I was just like, holy fuck, like I could literally be right about everything. Like I could be like the born like messiah and shit like this, yet people still won't really care if I, have all the information, all the studies, 100% proof. You know what I mean? Idle mode. What the heck is this? Bro, fish. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Oh, we're gonna might get fish here. Nope. Wow. All right. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, bro, literally could have searched the definition of hypercarnivore. I guarantee he did. By the way, I guarantee he probably searched the definition of hypercarnivore, saw that literally the Google like AI thing even tells you, yeah, a hypercarnivore is literally an organism that eats 70% or more of its calories from animal, you produce, basically, right? Nice. It's really slow at the moment. Anyway, and yet he didn't. And the people that know, the people that are really tapped in, basically, will be healthy and shit like that. And you know, again, like I'm not like authoritarian. If you want to eat bullshit, it's like go ahead, but don't go online then giving false information. It's like that's not fair. You don't even know nutritionalists. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, like there's literally no point anymore. Uh, like saving people, you know what I mean? Trying to like convert them, give them all the information. Because there's already like big, YouTubers at the moment that are really doing God's work and like, helping people with like, their health and wellness and, the looks maxing and shit like that. And it's like, I could join that space and shit like that. But again, it's like, what's the point really? Like, these people already exist. I could compete with them, but I get like my information really isn't too far from them. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do what I love doing, and if I can, you know, react to content, and that content goes to someone, and that someone gets like learn something new from like my insights, maybe then I feel like I've done like a good thing. But anyway, that's just like the whole like story about like not like the whole story about why I quit self improvement content, but like again, it was like one of the straws that broke the camel's back, which is like the realization that no one really gives a fuck anymore if you're you know smart, you done research. You know what I mean? Like it's the same people that will be like, oh yeah, if you're smart, you got like a degree, like you went to university basically. And it's like not necessarily. You know how many dumb like majority of people do go to university, and majority of people are still failures basically. Like they still are in debt. They're still struggling. Like you can be in debt, but like they're still struggling with their lives, and they're unhappy. And it's like, why the fuck would an indication of your intelligence be whether or not you have a uni degree, whether or not you done what everyone else did, and either spend your time wisely or waste of time. You know what I mean? Like any fucking retard can get a degree in anything nowadays. You know what I mean? Um, like I remember this one streamer. I'm not gonna say his name, but like everyone was like, "How the heck did this guy graduate?" And I was like, "Yeah, the guy's like obviously he's like putting on like a persona and shit like that." but it's like he got like a uni degree, and it was just, and it was just like, how did he like graduate? Like they're passing out uni degrees to anyone nowadays, and it's what it feels like, you know. I mean, it feels like the weight of a uni degree doesn't actually have any like, you know, substance anymore. It just feels like they're handing them out like cotton candy in a fucking, you know, Luna Park basically. Wow. Okay, I want to say for 100 so we can get the better fishing rod. But yeah, yeah, this is a very nice stream. It's very chill and what you call it? Like, yeah, it is very chill. Uh, I can just yap about my my fucking autistic ass interests, which is mainly, you know, health, nutrition, like um, what's it called? Like, yeah, the reason that like I work out, you know, to get buff and shit like that. The reason why is because like, for you watch like media and shit like that, you know, you watch fucking like movies, action movies and shit like that. You watch anime and shit like that, and it's like, bro, how could you not be inspired to like work out and shit like that? Unfortunately, I was never like tapped into Dragon Ball or like the original anime and shit like that. I only got into like, you know, like the new shit like that. I kind of like, you know, wish I could get into it, but like I'm a completionist basically. And so if I want to like start something, I gotta start it from the start and watch every single thing, because otherwise I just feel like I'm missing out. Like it feels like hurtful to like my soul if I know that I'm missing out on something. And like I'm sure like, you know, I could probably watch One Piece and just watch like, you know, and then skip all like the filler episodes. But again, like I don't want to do that. I want to be able to like watch everything. And that's nice. Okay, yeah. Where's I going with this? Yeah, it's like, you know, I just you know, I was always like the fat kid growing up and shit like that. And you know, when you're constantly like, you know, uh I'm kind of glad that like, you know, I didn't have it easy growing up, because if I had it easy, then I wouldn't really take this shit seriously. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you know how many friends that were literally better than me? Like, we all went to high school. We all went to the exact same high school. We all like, I was poorer than most people, right? And you know, I'm doing financially well now, but it's like, you know, I grew up basically like broke most of the time. We couldn't afford, like, we know we never starved or anything like that, but we couldn't afford like, you know, the good things, like the quality things in life and shit like that. You know, renting a house type shit. You know, we had traveling a lot of hours because we, you know, we had to like live out pretty far, because like, you know, it was just cheaper and shit like that. I'm not like trying to make this a sub story, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, I'm just saying that like this should be like an inspirational type of story, because basically we all went to the same place. Um, and I probably had like, you know, less opportunities than most people yet. But we can get the new fishing rod now. Nice. We can upgrade the. Oh, I could have upgraded the rod and shit like that. All right, that doesn't matter. Okay. So now I think we should be able to get the bigger fish way easier now, and that should speedline the process. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, like, so anyway, my point is that I went to high school basically, right? Still the fat kid, and I, you know, everyone like, oh, picking on me, oh, you're fat and shit like that, right? Um, and it's like, you know, I'm kind of glad that I had to experience that, because like, you know, that's the reason why I take this shit so seriously, like my health, my fitness, and shit like that. And everyone else, you know, I used to be pretty short as well. Like, you know, you typically fat people. You know, I wasn't like short, but like, you know, shorter than like a little bit of people. But then I had a growth spurt and I grew up fucking tall as shit. And like, dude, there was this other guy, like my friend, basically, right? You know, I'm never jealous of this dude, because like, you know, he's a bit crazy. Um, Actually, it's not really a nice thing to say. I think he's actually like autistic or some shit like that. But anyway, oh, what, we missed that. Anyway, no, but like, bro was fucking built, bro. Like he was in year seven, locker rooms and shit like that, bro. He had abs and was muscular as shit, right? Um, and I would never like trade lives, because like, you know, he was very like socially uncalibrated and shit like that. He's funny as fuck, and you know, I love him as a friend and shit like that. But Oh, hold on, get the guy. I really want this. There we go. Damn. Anyway, let me finish the story. Yeah, basically, bro was fucking jacked as shit, right? But we all went to the same school. And then years later, I've always wanted the dream physique and shit like that. I doubted my nutrition, only ate whole foods. Um, and so I naturally had a glow up, right? I got fucking jacked. Not like lean, but I was, fat and pretty muscular though. Um, yeah, I got like really muscular, had a glow up and shit like that. And what happened basically? Let me finish the story. At the end of the end of the story, wow, what a fucking waste of time. Uh, dude. Anyway, I'm getting so distracted, bro. I'm meant to like focus and then like also talk at the same time. Uh, anyway, yeah. End of the story. Moral of the story. No, end of the story basically is that um he was, better than me in terms of like physique and shit like that, right? He mugged most people, by the way. So I don't know how the fuck we became friends. I think I was just like nice to him. But anyway, I met him. We didn't really hang out much in public. And then yeah, a couple of years later, I meet him again, and he's, you know, not like terribly, he's not obese or some shit, but he is, pudgy. And not only that, because I could understand like oh, you're focusing on like your own shit now. It's like who really cares about the physique right now? Just focus on your studies basically, right? But what happened is he also got addicted to vaping, like vaping, like fucking breathe air type like how do you get addicted to vaping? Like bro, I've had so many friends that have like done like drugs and shit like that, and I never got it into drugs, only like alcohol, and only drunk like once, what I mean, like we are fishing right now, so this game would be pretty funny. Oh, 2 minutes. Well, I didn't even realize it was 2 minutes. Anyway, um yeah, this fishing doesn't really feel much different, by the way. I don't know if I'm just like got a skill issue, but you know what I mean? Like, it just feels really bad. We'll do like the small fish. Hopefully, we can catch these guys fast with the new fishing rod. Yeah, but anyway, it was just like, and to me, it was like, I was like, in a way, like he was like a, sort of like an inspiration, right, to me. And like, cause like who, like again, like I'm pretty like like I get pretty inspired by like things, I mean, I don't really like look at some shit. I think it's just like a more like like a thing that guys are. It's like you look at someone, you don't get ashamed. You get inspired. You're like, oh yeah, I want to do that one day, right? And so like I'm pretty much like that. When like I see something crazy, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that shit. You know what I mean? Like I go on social media. I'm like, holy fuck, like yeah, because I believe that anything I will put my mind to is possible. And that's why I don't really get like jealous or just like upset that like uh people are like achieving good things, because again, and also it was my friend, so it's like if he's achieving a good thing, it's like that's also a win for me, because like your friends rub off on you basically, right? Like you kind of like want them to do good basically, right? And I was just so not like disappointed in the fact that like in a way that was like, oh, I'm like hating on him, but it was more just like he had so much potential. It's kind of like the hold on, you get for walleye, extra large, small, medium, large. Maybe the fishing rod, because this is really pissing me off. Line strength, I don't really know the differences, to be honest. We'll do that. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I just want to catch another small fish that we keep on grinding. Um, but yeah, it's just such a disappointing story, but also a pretty common one. I call this like the let me explain it in anime Fortnite terms, no, anime terms, so you get the idea, right? Basically, if you watch JJK, right, everyone's like, oh, but go Gojo and shit like that. Like, and he is pretty fucking, good at what he does, right? He's the strongest, right? But the reason for that is because he was also born with talent, right? Like, that's the way he was born. He was always going to be the best because, like, he's, you I don't know what, if you would call, like, the equivalent in real life would be like genetics or like, financial upper hand, right? But it's like, uh, at the same time, though, Gojo also trained really hard to become strong, right? And that's kind of like what my friend was like. He was genetically gifted. Like, he admitted that himself, right? You know how, like, many people in like the fitness industry, when they see someone like jacked and shit like that, they say, "Oh, you're just like genetically gifted," but they don't really talk about the hundreds of hours that it really took to achieve that level of like discipline and physique. But anyway, yeah, it's like they you know gifted and then training your gift so you can be the best of the best. But typically, gifted people don't really train, and the reason for that is because they're competing against normies, right? They're competing against the fellow class member. The fellow class member is like leagues below them, and so that person feels like they never have to train. And when they feel like they never have to train, they spiral down a rabbit hole where, like, they're better than everyone else, and then everyone who becomes older exponentially changes. You have all the weaklings, the people that weren't gifted when they were growing up, basically, um, start training, right? Training hard, even because, like, they've never had this before. Um, and now all of a sudden, the gifted student person in any aspect is actually failing now. And the reason for that is because you have the people like my friend, who, like, my friend wasn't doing this, but you can probably think about this in your mind, right? You probably know someone who had so much potential, jacked. Like, my friend was also like a gymnast. Like, he could do like backflips and crazy shit like that. Like, he's crazy, right? Absolute animal. Also boxing. Like, he did every fucking thing that you could think of, right? But anyway, and then they never have to train because they're gifted, right? I mean, they do train maybe when they're younger, but, like, you know what I mean. And then, yeah, that's why I say that they spiral. And hold on, let me get the upgrade. uh oh no, man. Yeah, it basically is just a story about, like, you're given everything, and when you're given everything, you don't really feel like you have to maintain it because it's just all given to you. You're used to it being handed to you, whether that's your genetic gifts, your talent, your mindset, your parents' wealth, or some shit like that. Um, and then all of a sudden, everyone's like doing you now, and that's because they've had to work for it, and now they're like, even if it's linearly, even if the slope is like really short, like it's very, like, small, right? It's still, like, you know better than the person who's going downhill now, right? And so what I'm trying to say is that you can imagine maybe one of your friends, they were doing so well, but they've always been doing so well, and now you're almost doing better than them. And the reason for that is because simply the fact is that you trained for it. They never have trained for it. And yeah, it literally is just all about training. I mean, it's like, people that train for it, they want it more. They're gonna try harder, and they're gonna get it eventually. You know what I mean? As long as they're on that good path, they're gonna get it eventually. Oh, we're getting this guy. Yeah, there we go. When they go off in, like, above the water, it's really easy to catch them. That's a big guy. Um, we'll go on this side. But yeah, anyway, that's like what I was just thinking about. It's like, holy fuck, bro. Like, I got basically mugged in terms of, like, fitness, that type of shit, growing up in high school and shit like that. And nowadays, like, bro, I could literally look back at my former class members and I easily mocked them in terms of like um, fitness and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's actually crazy, like the level of growth you have when you've tried so hard to get it. You know what I mean? I really want this fish. Um, so I'm gonna start distracted from what I'm talking about. But yeah, like my point is that if you're young right now and you're like really worried about other people and shit like that, like don't be, because as long as you're on the right path, as long as you're on the right path and you're doing the right good things and shit like that, you're gonna make it. You know what I mean? Because everyone else, ooh, your biggest catch. Everyone else right now probably isn't doing the work that you're putting in, right? Um, Hopefully, I mean, like always, like work hard. Don't be like, oh, I'm competing with normies anyway, so there's no point in trying. I mean, never have that mindset. Always try for like the best. You are competing with the other people. Um, and when you're not competing with those people, you're competing at people like that are at competitive levels. You know what I mean? I mean, like for example, like you're not comparing your physique to people that are outside the gym. You're not competing your boxing skills to people that don't box. You're competing with people don't that do those things. You know what I mean? Like if you get into the gym and you look at like the fitness apps that like rank your strength level, it's like now you're competing with those people, not the normies that don't actually do it. Because what's the point of competing with them? You know what I mean? It's like they've got nothing to show. Like they're not even in the same realm as you. You know what I mean? I don't know how to get this fishing stuff down. Oh, there we go. Nice. One more. Yeah, so if I could be, if I mean, this channel is called the Broski channel, but if I could be your older brother for a second, uh, I'm not even that old, but to be honest, it's like, I mean, if I could give you some hope, really is just like focus on doing the best and being the best, but also at the same time, don't be worried that you're never gonna achieve it. You know what I mean? It's like you are gonna get there eventually. It's pretty easy once like you feel comfortable with time passing. Like once I felt comfortable with time passing, you know what I mean? You have the realization that time is gonna pass anyway, and you may as well do it anyway. Like you can get a good physique within like 2 years, like not perfect, but it's gonna be better than what you had 2 years before, and 2 years feels like a really long time. And to be honest, getting the perfect physique probably takes 8 to 10 years, basically, right? The perfect physique, especially if you're not on steroids, right? Achieving that level of greatness takes a long time, but it's like if you get used to time passing and feeling comfortable with that, then all of a sudden you're outdoing everyone anyway. Um, I really don't know what I should be buying, by the way. I should be saved for the next boat, or I feel like my fishing rod kind of sucks right now. Guess we'll do that. I want to get good at catching the big fish, so I can just keep on focusing on them, and then we'll get. Like I really thought the fishing would be like perfect for this, but like apparently the fishes are still getting away and shit like that. So, anyway, yeah, your older brother wisdom will be comfortable with time passing, because time is always going to be passing and you're always going to be there. I mean, don't ever be like thinking that you're never going to be in the future, because the future comes way faster than you think. And when you get older, time flows much faster, whether you like it or not. Um, you know what I mean? And so you got to get used to time passing. And when you get used to time passing, you get way more into lifting at the gym, because you no longer have this mindset where you're thinking, I just need results right now. I'm going to do this really shit diet not because I like it, not because it's sustainable, because I need to have the sum of physique right now. You know what I mean? Like I need to get tons and tons of muscle right now, and it's like, bro, if you get like a tenth of the progress of what a normie does, but you make it sustainable, and you don't really mind time passing, like that's what I was gonna say. It's like when I used to suffer from depression and shit like that, right? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I don't know. Piss me off. The best thing you can do is working out, and not because working out, you know, has like all these hormones and shit like that that make you feel happier. Basically, it literally is because you get better, you get more invested in time passing. You know what I mean? Because there's only so much you can do in terms of like lifting, developing any skill, whether it's like, you know, lifting weights, boxing, becoming good at fucking art or some shit like that. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do every single day. You know, what I mean, you only have 24 hours a day, but it takes thousands of hours to master any skill, basically. You know what I mean? And so, um, when you realize that time's gonna pass, and you know what I mean, it's like you'll get comfortable with the time passing anyway. Because again, like, hold on. Let me go back to my original point. Yeah, so when I was depressed, right? It's like days, like, you know, they just feel like they're spinning right over your eyes. Like you wake up, you go to sleep, you wake up, you go to sleep, and everything in between just feels like a blur, basically, right? You probably experienced this before, where it's like, you know, the holidays just feel like it's basically like, you know, when like you had school break, and it felt like, and at the end of it, it felt like, you know, time passed really quickly. Living a depressed life, you know, like being having depression, really just feels like your like every single day it's like the summer holidays, but it's not even good. It just feels like a shit version where time's passing, but you're not actually having fun. Like the time's passing not because you're having fun, but because you're just depressed and shit like that. Like people be like, "Oh yeah, you're bored. That means like time should pass slowly." No, bro. Like you can be bored, depressed, and shit like that, and the time will pass really quickly. But when you get into working out and you get invested in developing a skill and shit like that, you actually want time to pass, because the more time passes and the more that you're on the correct course, the more that you can be fine with that, because you know you want time to pass. You want to get bigger, and the only way you're going to get bigger isn't overnight. It takes tons of time, basically, right? And so yeah, that's like the best thing about working out, is like it literally makes you feel less sad about time passing. You actually get invested in time passing. You know what I mean? And that's like basically everything in self improvement community and shit like that. It's like if I could really pinpoint to one thing, it literally is about becoming happy with time passing and shit like that. Because you're no longer worried about, oh yeah, I'm getting worse, I'm deteriorating. You're actually like, wow, I'm actually like really like improving and shit like that. And it's like, again, like when you're, you know, when you're looking at yourself and like you're experiencing your day-to-day life, you're like, oh, I haven't even gotten that much bigger. But if you just took progress pictures, like this is what I did. If you take a progress picture, don't even have to weigh yourself. To take a progress picture, um, wow, I might get another storage unit, and then it should be way easier to get more fish. Um, yeah, take a progress picture a couple of times, like maybe like you could do it once a month, once every 3 months, and just look back. And as long as you're doing the good things every single day, you're inevitably gonna get better. And when you inevitably get better, it's like holy fuck, it's so much easier just to like be okay with the time passing. Oh, pet the dog. I forgot to pat the dog more often. Sorry, guys. Um, shit like that. Again, this is probably like why I won't really edit this stream in particular. Just because it's like, you know, we're talking about like, you know, more like random shit and stuff like that. That really isn't, you know, in concurrent with like, you know, the wholesome, you know, funny vibes of like the channel, basically, you know what I mean? But like I feel like this stuff is pretty important just to like talk about and shit like that. Like, you know, I was gonna like make like, you know, a confidence guide video and shit like that. I literally had like the whole thing recorded, basically. Not because like, you know, I'm like this, you know, confident alpha chat or some shit like that. Literally because I have just like, you know, I've always been like introvert. I mean, I am still an introvert, but like I've always been like, you know, kind of like, you know, doing shit by myself, you know, very like, you know, yeah, very like kept to myself basically, very like unconfident and shit like that. And then like I again like I had the glow up and shit like that, and yeah, like part of it was because I become attractive and shit like that, but also part of it was because I also improved my confidence basically, and so I felt pretty like good at teaching that. But at the same time, it's like again like I'm so over saving people, you know what I mean? Like I'm so over like teaching people shit because I just don't really care anymore. I like the majority like so I'm sorry to say this, but majority of people don't deserve to like be saved because majority of people aren't like me and they won't even like try. You know what I mean? Like there's obviously like never help someone who doesn't want to be helped, obviously, right? But even the people that want to be like they think they want to be helped aren't gonna make it. And the reason for that is because like I made it out. Like I had done self improvement. I've gotten like the success that I wanted basically, right? Not to like boast. It's just true, right? And but I try really hard to get there basically, right? And majority of people kind of like just want like the magic pill, like the magic formula to like achieve success in any realm, any aspect of life, right? And it's like, well, I did it by myself. I didn't have anyone teaching me. You know what I mean? Just like maybe like some random YouTube videos that like came up in 2020 basically. But my whole life I've been trying to like lose weight and shit like that. Um uh and it's like so yeah, majority of people like are literally just aren't worth saving. It sounds sad, but literally like what I mean, like that's why I took a break from like hanging out with my friends for the longest time, and it wasn't because I hate my friends or anything like that. It literally is just because it's like they're just not like me anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person that I'll go to a park basically, right? Like I seem kind of like mellow and boring right now and pretty chill. But it's like I'm pretty social and I kind of like want to go and do physical shit. Like I want to like go to the park maybe. I'm the kind of guy who like wants to do like pull-ups, like compete with people and shit like that. Um, holy fuck! Well, let's get a new fishing rod, new lure basically. Get a walleye, yeah. Say wallahi, bro. No, yeah, and my friends are just like they're good people, but at the same time, like a lot of them do drink often. Some of them take drugs. You know, I mean, the close friends that I do have that like in that same group, are like close to me. I still basically like degenerates, not like the degenerates and shit like that, but like they're not, no, they're not clubbing, they're not like doing crazy shit like that. But it's like they're just like so much not like me anymore. Um, and it's like if I'm not even like them, I'm gonna do the good thing and let them be, because I don't want to bore them with my presence. Basically, you know what I mean? It's like everyone is gonna like be different and shit like that, and I'm not gonna blame them for being the people they are. But it's like what I mean? It's like I'm just gonna leave and you see if they want to improve their life, and if they ever want to do something like that, then I'm here to help them. Basically, they're my friends, right? But it's like, and again, like I haven't seen them in ages. You know, I mean, I haven't really seen them in like almost like a year now, and so I don't know if they've like improved themselves or shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's like, come on, bro. It's like I haven't done any drugs besides alcohol once. I haven't done like I'm not addicted to gambling. You know what I mean? I don't drink by myself in my room and shit like that. So like, why is it so hard for you to like always do the same thing? I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. I'll stop yapping about sad, depressing shit like that. It's just like some shit I've been thinking about. It's like, bro, I would really like to find like a group of friends that also like want to stream and like grind out shit, like content and shit like that. Not just because like we're grinding out the content, but because like we also, not because content and like getting money and like Jew maxing is like the most important thing ever. Obviously you want to be successful, obviously, but it's like I just want a group of friends like I can play with that enjoy the work that we do. And wait. Oh fuck. Ooh. um Yeah, like it'd be really fun to have a group of dudes that just like want to play games, or dudes or gals, to be honest, that just want to play games and shit like that. And don't just play the games because they want to, make content, but because they actually enjoy the grind of playing games with your friends and hanging out and actually being funny and shit like that. You know, I mean, that'd be the dream to have like a group of friends just to chill out with and play video games and make content and shit like that. You know, I mean, perfect life. Um, and it's like I've been thinking about maybe trying to get my friends into it and shit like that. But I don't know. I just don't really see them like trying that hard for this. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I took like 2 days break, but it's like, um, I did that because I had to catch up on like editing videos and like I was like like I said, like, yeah, I hadn't worked out in ages, so like when I did leg day I was like, holy fuck, I haven't worked out in ages. And so I was like, um I really gotta get back into grinding the gym because otherwise I'm just gonna become like fat and weak again. I didn't realize, to be honest, I could have taken a longer break and be completely fine. uh but anyway, I don't want to do that, but I always want to keep on improving and shit like that. uh But yeah, I mean, like it'd be like I was watching YouTubers and shit like that. That like I'm not gonna mention the YouTubers names and shit like that because it'd be kind of like cringy to like mention the like what I'm gonna say now. But it's like I watched them because they reminded me of my friend group, and I was like, oh, it's like so wholesome and shit like that. And basically, okay, and this is like maybe like one day in the future, like this will be clipped. But it's like I literally watch these people grind out content, but then like they stop to like no, they didn't stop. Obviously, it's just like they can upload. Like I basically I like them so much that I want them to like upload basically daily, right? But obviously, like you can't expect that from anyone, right? And so I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm better than these guys. I'm gonna upload so much. I'm gonna like grind out content way more than these guys. It's just playing video games. How hard is it? And then I eventually found out, oh my god, editing and making thumbnails and playing and actually sitting up playing the game is actually pretty like difficult and shit like that. So like never shit on like streamers and shit like that. This work's actually pretty hard. Um, Obviously like the work task isn't hard, but like everything that comes afterwards is fucking tedious and shit like that. But anyway, um, yeah, that's basically why I wanted to do content, was because I was like, screw these guys. I mean, I can do so much more content than they are right now. Oh, we're gonna get this fish now. Brown trout. We've got new species. Oh, damn. How long we been live for? That's another thing, bro. I've seen like streamers like what the top, like Queso, Joe, Barlowsy, like the big streamers basically, right? Like, holy fuck, how do they stream for like 4 hours, bro? I'm getting tired. And to be honest, I am standing up and shit like that, so it's probably like contributing to why I'm getting so much more tired. Um, and hold on, let me turn my fucking the heater's like cooking me alive in a good way. I love being cooked alive. But anyway, yeah, bro. I'm like, holy fuck, bro. How do these streamers stream for so many hours without like, obviously they are tired. Probably it is pretty hard work, but it's like, um, like, you have basically what I'm trying to say is you have to become a content creator to actually learn how hard and like it is to content create. Because like I mean, like you watch like the whole like trope of like oh, they're just playing video games, like why are they taking so many breaks, and like oh, their life's so hard. And it's like, yeah, to an extent, it's like, I mean, the first grind is pretty hard. I'm making the thumbnails myself. I'm editing the videos myself. I'm uploading and all that sort of shit like myself, right? Um, I mean, like I probably get easier off like, and basically, it's like making a business, right? Like you think it gets easier. You get your own thumbnail artist. You get your uh, you get your own what's it called? Editor base. I'm trying to say, yeah. Oh, look at that. Um, pet dog. Nice. He's a good boy. Look at this. He's smiling. Anyway, um, yeah, you think it gets easier, and like to an extent it gets easier, but then like then you're not just gonna like, I stream for probably like 1 or 2 hours, right? No editor, no thumbnail artist, but then you get a thumbnail artist and editor and shit like that, and now you have to make longer streams basically because like you're not working as hard anymore. You have people doing the work for you basically, or some of the work for you now. And so now it's like you're basically like gonna have to stream for longer and shit like that because like you can, and so you stream for double the apps because you have an editor and thumbnail artist. Um, and yeah, and what I'm trying to say is like the work is always like at the work is always gonna be at baseline, and if the work is like this hard no matter like how much help I get. It's like, yeah, I'll never like shit on like content creators ever again. It's like it's worked pretty fucking hard. I can't lie. Um, let's actually change the fixing around. The wait, what? Oh, what? I guess, bro. Uh, what is there to talk about? Okay, so make sure the sound didn't like die off for a second. I moved closer to the city. I've been saying like my viewers by saying like don't mind the background because I mean actually I have cleared up my room now. There shouldn't be anything in the back. And so yeah, so I moved, going a couple walks and shit like that, and I mean, I like objectively, it is like obviously a way better place to live than like where I used to live. But at the same time, it's like, um, so I'm getting pissed off because like these fish should be biting, and it's like I mean I should be fine, but it's like how much money do I have to save up? Oh, I don't want to. We're just gonna grind tiny fish for now. What was the other? Oh yeah, I mean on my channel we have all the lucid dreaming content, and I was basically like in my mind I was like trying to tie that into self improvement because in my opinion lucid dreaming has so many benefits and it's free. So it's like you should be lucid like no matter who you are you should be lucid dreaming. It's kind of like working out in terms of like yeah it takes a little bit of time to begin with, but it's like when you maintain your lucid dreaming it's like the benefits are so good for you. It's like you can take breaks, what I mean? Like you can take breaks in your head, like in your dream, and you can wake up like refreshed, basically. You know what I mean? It's like lucid dreaming is broken as fuck. You know what I mean? Like I remember I made like I think the video is still on there of like making a tier list of like all like the tangible, lucid dreaming things that you can do to like they're basically things that help you out in like real life when you lucid dream. um oh, let's get my percentage to my phone. I'm fine. God, I feel so cringe when I look at my face on like the profile picture. It's fine. I gotta get used to hearing my voice and shit like that because I am the one editing my videos. You know what I mean? So it's like, God, it's so like But anyway, at least we're gonna have to fucking edit this stream. What was I saying? Yeah, but like, and then like, in between that, I was making more self-improvement content, shit like that. But then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna delete all the previous self-improvement content and keep up the lucid dreaming content. And the reason for that is because I feel like lucid dreaming is a bit more like wholesome. There's not many people teaching lucid dreaming, so it's like, I better keep that up. I mean, someone's gonna enjoy that one day. Uh, but in terms of like helping people like, working out, health, nutrition, sleeping properly, it's like, bro, I've got all the answers, but if no one wants to fucking like hear it anyway, it's like, they don't have to click on the video, obviously. But it's like at the same time, it's like, why have that past of like people saying, "Oh, you're authoritarian," I mean, it's just like, I mean, I took that down not because I'm not gonna be doing self improvement in real life, but because it's like, what the fuck's the point of teaching people? People are fucking, you know, most people are fucking bad people. You know what I mean? It's like oh, it's so like niche. It's so bad to say that people are like bad. Like people that are inherently bad, but bro, there are people that are inherently losers. There are people that are always gonna be shit people, and pointing that out isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's like for the winners to exist, there has to be losers. Because if everyone was a winner, then everyone would just be normal, basically. You know what I mean? There has to be like a baseline. There has to be winners and there has to be losers. And you can just tell when someone's always gonna be a fucking loser. Like, if the only way that I'm actually gonna help anyone isn't through my content, it literally is gonna be by literally coaching someone in person, like most likely. Um, but like I could never, you know, physically do that probably. And so I'm like, fuck it. Also, like the other reason why I'm like playing because playing video games isn't self improvement, but it's like again I was gonna make a video talking about like oh I delete all the self improvement content and start gaming and shit like that. But another the straw that broke the camel's back for me was that the reason why we don't play video games is because it's a waste of time. It distracts you, especially if you're addicted to playing video games, right? But I haven't played video games for 2 years, so I knew like for my own comfort that I'm not addicted to video games anymore, right? And then uh, it's like I was reading a book. Not like I think I was talking about this in like my book review video, but it's like again the book wasn't bad, but it was like it kind of just felt like a waste of time. You know what I mean? And obviously like I could rant for a while, but it's like when you're reading a book, you're basically mindful, so you're basically meditating almost. Well, playing a video game is always going to be like, hyper stimulating and shit like that, right? But anyway, but in terms of like, the broader aspect, this book felt like I was wasting time. And playing video games actually felt pretty fun. And like, obviously, it's always going to be fun. We have this literally psychologists that, you know, make video games to like make them the most hyper stimulating and shit impossible, right? So obviously it's always going to be fun. It's like a kid saying that you know, uh, the candy tastes good, basically. You know what I mean? It's like that level of thinking, but at the same time, it's like when you're playing video games like I am, like I'm streaming, right? It's actually somewhat productive. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're playing the most unproductive video game can be, it's like let's make a spectrum, right? Reading a book, regular ass book, right? Actually, no, reading an informational book would be like like this level, and then the other end of the spectrum would be playing a hyper entertaining, non-thinking game that was also by yourself. Because like if we were to rank it, that'd be like the most degenerate shit you could do. But there's D&D, you know what I mean? There's the D&D is mainly reading. And then you also have playing games with your friends. If you're playing with by yourself compared to with your friends, of course playing by yourself is pretty bad. And then you also have making content, actually like producing something in real life and shit like that, which is what I'm doing right now. It's like what I mean, it's like if you're playing video games, but you're also playing like if you're playing Mario Kart, you know what I mean, and it's like you're playing Mario Kart with your buddies. It's like in terms of like your tangible benefits, but playing with friends is going to be way better for you because you're communicating, you're talking, you're socializing. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, let's if we were to compare playing video games to like drinking alcohol, it's like, it's always going to be bad for you. But it's like if you're doing it with other people, you could see like a pretty decent result with it. Obviously, like the best thing you could do is just to not um, be in a group of people that drink alcohol or play video games. But it's like, in terms of video games, it's like I could see on the same realm as entertainment, and that's what books are basically. Books for me is literally just entertainment. Um, and there are some really good books. There are some really shit books, like Atomic Habits, or The Millionaire Fastlane. Pretty shit books in my opinion, if you actually read them. Uh, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you why they're shit on a different day. But anyway, God, might get better. I don't know what the difference is. Guess we'll do line. Thanks, bud. Here for Worms or winning, cause I'll tell you, this year's Monster Wally trophy is still up for grabs. Ain't nobody broke the record yet. 19 pounds. Last year, it was a little Evie Jean took the crown. Surprised everyone too. Tiny guy with a busted boat, motor, and a cooler of old snacks. Holding the beast like it was nothing. Rules are simple. Any run lure, no cheats. You land a Wally heavier than Evie Jean's, and that trophy's yours. Along with you is worth of bragging rights. Little tip for ya, ain't no point trying to wrangle beats like that with poor gear. Type shit. Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's nighttime now. I saw like a snooze button. I'm not sure what that means. I can't sleep. Oh, I can change the day. Oh, that's nice. Nap time. Change the time of day. Nice. Sleeping right next to my doggo. Alright. That one. Oh, there. Yeah, and next thing I was gonna say is, like, life is so short. And it's like, I mean, I'm obviously not drinking alcohol, that's pretty bad. That will make your life short and miserable and stuff like that. But it's like, when it comes to playing video games, in my opinion, you can basically offset all the negative side effects by just meditating. Like, bro, literally just meditate. And you don't even have to be like a big meditator, bro. If you just take, micro meditation habits, don't take your phone with you to the shower or the toilet or on a walk. Just do those things about entertainment. Take some time for your mental health and shit like that, right? And but on top of that, yeah, I recommend just meditating properly, right? And then once you've done all that, it's like, why is short form content so bad? Why is uh, social media? Why is that all bad? Why is playing video games usually pretty bad? Well, it's because of mental health. It's because it's pretty bad for your psyche basically to do all that sort of shit, right? But it's like this is why we meditate. Not just that's not like the only reason why we meditate, but it's like it's partly the reason why we meditate. Partly the reason why I meditate is so that It's basically like the opposite of scrolling reels. Basically, it's like a good thing for your mind. I think I have it down now. Basically, when like the bubbles first start showing, you have like a bit of leeway, and then you stop doing that. Oh shit, whatever. I think I figured out how to fish. So basically, when oh yeah, so you keep reeling it in no matter what, and when you see the bubbles, you let go. Nice. He didn't put much of a fight there. That's how I like him. I'm not Trump, don't worry. Nah, but okay, stream's doing good. Oh, another one. Never mind. Yeah, nah. Um, I mean, I could be a political grifter and shit like that on content and in social media, but my mindset is like, you can get rich by doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, you can get rich by making controversy, videos. You can make money in any aspect, but you can make money. You could be a millionaire by being a barista if you just did it. If you were a barista on social media, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, you can be rich with anything. It's like you may as well put out good content no matter like what it is. Um, and so with that mindset, it's like, bro, have fun playing the video games. Eventually, I'll have fun with like my friends or something like that. Have fun reacting to content that helps people. You know, react to content that also teaches you something. I mean, that's my mindset. It's like, bro, sometimes I'm gonna react to content, and I'm gonna be like actually learning some shit that's new, and that'll be pretty interesting and stuff like that. Well, I want to see how much money we make. Oh, $8 for those. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, we get the next. All right, let's see how much we can be up with this new upgrade now. It's like a map button. Okay, let's go out further this time. Oh no. Get out there. Also, I'm joking about this being a fishing hat, bro. This is like the hat I always wear out when I go outside. Um, I'm cooking like a fucking. I'm really cooked right now, bro. Ugh. Christ. Oh, there's a deer there. Oh, I guess we can't go any further than that. Let's go here. This game would be pretty fucking cool to like play with like a friend or something and just talk about life. Ooh, new species discovered. I didn't want that guy anyway. Like, slowly but surely. Watch this guy be worth like $10 anyway. I was thinking about buying more expensive games and stuff like that. Like, You know, maybe playing Mine or Walleye, like playing fucking Minecraft or Terraria or something like that. You know, something that's not very linear in the process or some shit like that. But it's like, bro, I think that'd be way more. First of all, that'd be way more interesting with friends, and then second of all, it's like, bro, I'm not like, bro, I'm pretty fucking boring. Like, I'm not really gonna be talking about too much interesting things in that playthrough. It's kind of just like whatever. Oh, this guy got earned actually. The fuck. This atmosphere in this game's actually incredible, by the way. Actual asshole, bro. Let go of the rod if you're not gonna fucking play, bro. Yo, chill. Also, been thinking about playing not like a horror game, but like Welcome to the Game. But bro, that game looks so complicated, bro. I don't even think I'm like tapped in like that to complete that game. To be honest, bro, like that game looks fucking like hot as shit. Like, bro, I'm losing to a fish right now, bro. To be honest, I'll be honest with you right now. This game isn't like what I thought it was gonna be, bro. Like, yeah, I like fishing and shit like that. But to be honest, I think the main lesson that we can learn from this is that everything that you can think of in life is probably better with a friend. And these walleyes are fucking retarded. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of just want to quit this game right now and maybe react to some content. You know, we'll do one more batch of fish and then we'll go back. And then we'll watch something. Like maybe I'll come back to this game some other time, but like I don't know, I'm just not really interested. Um, but I hope to be sort of more of like a like I'm not gonna be like all these streamers and shit like that are like screaming at the camera and oh my god like we welcome back everyone, welcome back to the video. I'm not gonna do that cringe shit, bro. I want to be like more of trophy weight. I want to be like more of like this calm, chill kind of like streamer and shit like that. I'm not gonna be clip farming. I'm not gonna be like, what I mean. Like if a clip comes, it's like it is what it is, right? But it's like I'm not gonna be purposely going out my way to do that shit. I mean, like it probably will make me famous if like I'm like this fucking grown ass like 30-year-old man like kites and that. It's like I don't know how fucking old that guy is, but anyway, it's like like basically like acting like a fucking child. You know what I mean? I'll probably get famous like that, but it's like that's not authentically me. So what the fuck's the point? You know what I mean? Like most of the time, I'm just like like more of like this chill presence to be around. People typically feel pretty comfortable being around me and shit like that, and it's like I'm not gonna be like so like hyper and shit like that. You know what I mean? I mean, like, there's a time and a place to be like physically active. You know what I mean? But it's like most of the time it's like pretty chill vibes. 6-7. Oh wait, no, we are missing a fish. Okay. I'm not saying that to be like an asshole, by the way. Like, bro, if you like these big time streamers that are basically just like, you know, existing to, okay, why is there, okay, never mind. Um, like, bro, you can like who you want to like, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna try and be that type of person that it's literally just around so that well, 28, so that you can come to and like, you know, chill out with, you know what I mean? Okay, well, well that was 28 gold. So this game is going somewhere. Definitely need to save for the next one. All right, you know what? What's idle mode? Oh. Let's quit. All right, guys. No, it's not really like, you know, I feel like it's way easier to make content with like a linear type of game, which the next stream, if you want to know, will be Untitled Goose Game, um, which is a game where you play as a goose and you fuck up people, you know, fuck with people, which would be pretty funny as fuck. I remember, like, I think most of us like watched like a little bit of gameplay, but way back in the game, in the day when this game came out, you only saw like the what do you call it? The demo of this game. Basically, that's I'm unk. I'm not unk. I'm pretty fucking young. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna play this game. Hopefully, it'll be like I'll probably turn this game into like a separate video. Cast and chill. It was alright to play. Yeah, 94 minutes. We play a decent amount of time. I'll probably come back to this game at some point. I just feel kind of bad not making a video out of stream, but let's make up for that. By oh Jesus, yeah, bro, my hair is like, bro, like people like talk about like, oh bro, like, yeah, it's mainly, bro, like girls, they when they have straight hair they want curly hair, and when they have curly hair they want to straighten it out with fucking the iron, right? But like, bro, you know, it's like it's like kind of like that sort of level of thinking I'm thinking about right now. But it's like, bro, my hair is like people like would die to have hair like me. Like it's not straight. It's like it's really thick and like where you can like stretch it out and shit like, and it stands up and shit like that. But it's like, bro, like I haven't like, you know, showered yet, obviously. So it's like, you know what I mean, like basically how you, it's like, you know, forged in fire, where it's like when like where you have like iron and you're like, you know, straighten it out and you have to like fucking ding you know, that's what my hair is like you have to soak it in hot water, keep it in like a position, and then like, you know what I mean, and then like straightens out and shit like that. But if not, and you wake up pretty bad, it's like where your head just sticks out, and like no matter like no amount of brushing will like get it fixed. By the way, so it's actually like fucking miserable. Oh shit! I probably shouldn't have messed up my hair. But I'm a grown ass dude talking about hair. Anyway, oh, how many streams are we? Viewers. Oh yeah, this is what we were listening to at the beginning of the stream. By the way, I don't know, bro. I just found this randomly. But anyway, let's go to YouTube. What the fuck is that? I'm good, bro. Oh, this is the guy we watched before. What the fuck? Bro, what are these videos? Bro, I don't even have food to eat this along with, bro. Left ear? Oh, actually, no, hold on. I just realized. You can't even see what I'm looking at. The fuck is that? And then I was looking at that, and what the fuck is that? And then left ear Mozart, 2x speed, right ear the Bible in Chinese. Are you serious, my brother? Like, what is this shit? Okay, okay. Oh my god. What the fuck? I'll watch it later. Okay, we're actually gonna watch something interesting. Bro, I watched like this predominantly looks maxing YouTuber that like has recently got into drinking alcohol, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like he's so big on nutrition and shit like that. You probably guess what I'm talking about. Um, but he's like drinking alcohol and shit like that, and like yeah, shit, bro, way more successful than I am, obviously. In terms of like the content creation space, I'm not really sure what he does besides content creation and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I've got like other shit that I do in life, but it's like gotten into drinking alcohol and then start talking about how alcohol actually might be good for your health because it's like for your head. And let's click on this for a start. Watch this. Yeah, like this dude just talking about why alcohol is actually pretty good for you. Obviously, it's not good for your body. Obviously, not. It's not good for your body. It's a toxin. Your liver detoxifies it. It gets it out of the system. But in terms of like, if you see the mind and the brain as part of your body, and you get a benefit from drinking alcohol in that perspective, like you have like a perceived benefit from that, then actually, technically, it does have a benefit. It's not good for your body, but it's good for your mind. You know what I mean? In my personal experience, alcohol has never been good for me. Actually, hold on. We gotta do the intro. Why alcohol is amazing by Coast Kazat. Yeah, it's like I was saying. Um, when you get into like the thinking of it, it's like yeah, it's obviously alcohol is not good for your body. Oh hey YouTube, by the way, I'm talking to stream right now. But anyway, yeah, it's good. It's not obviously alcohol's not good for your body. We know that. But if you find it good for your mind, and the benefits outweigh the negatives in terms of like having a benefit for your mind, then actually alcohol could be a good thing. Now, my personal opinion, alcohol tastes like shit, and being drunk isn't even fun for me. Like, I don't know if it's because of like the meditation that I do, but whenever I mean, I've only been drunk once, but it's like when I got drunk, basically, all like the negative side effects went into like my balance, so I couldn't fucking walk straight. However, I could think and talk like nothing happened. Like I wasn't like doing weird shit. Like when I went to my bed, actually, like my friend Jacob followed me, right? He like I missed the bed, like I fucking fell beside it, and it was kind of fine because like I had like my bag next to my bed anyway. So like when I fell down, it was like whatever. But it's like, and then I eventually got into bed. But then, bro, it's like being drunk is like waking up from a trying to like remember a dream. Like, bro, when I woke up that night, I would talk to my friends like, "Yo, guys, what the fuck happened?" And they're like, "You really don't remember anything that happened?" And then slowly throughout the day, I was like, "Oh, actually, I do like remember like the things that are like happening." It just took me like a while to like remember them. But I swear to God as well, my balance was like affected even after like even like during the hangover. Like it was pretty fucking bad. The hangover was like how I kind of like right now, where it's like my throat is so scratchy and just feels like shit. You know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, in terms of like having a benefit for me, not really. I don't really. I don't promote drinking alcohol. Like, bro, if you already don't like alcohol and you don't really see a benefit from it, it's like don't drink alcohol. There's no fucking point. You could seek out some other drug if you really want to do drugs. I personally haven't done drugs in fucking ages. I mean, not drugs. I mean drugs in terms of like alcohol. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm not addicted to anything really. Like I can't just live out my life. You know what I mean? It's like it's so freeing not being addicted to anything. But anyway, let's get into the video.
Alcohol is the most harmful substance on Earth. Every year,
Uh, well, it's not really. I mean, harmful substance because majority people do it. But I guarantee if cocaine was legalized or like fucking some other drugs that was legalized and commonly done around the earth, that would easily take over the top spot. But anyway,
it kills more
I
people
get what
than
I'm talking about.
terrorism, wars, homicides, and car accidents combined. It injures tens of millions in accidents, violence, and crime, while keeping hundreds of millions trapped in disease. If it didn't exist already, inventing it today would be unthinkable. And yet, more than 2 billion people drink. Most of us can't imagine a barbecue without beer, a wedding without wine, or a fancy soiree without champagne.
I don't know if it's like me being like, oh, so you're like, it's an acquired taste, or like being like, immature in that sort of aspect or some shit like that. But bro, I've had alcohol, and besides like a 196, which was like all right, it's like alcohol tastes like fucking ass. Like I was only drinking alcohol because I was already drunk that night. If I hadn't already been drunk and I was like somewhat aware, it's like, bro, the alcohol, like just drinking it now, like, bro, if I had to drink champagne or like beer tastes like fucking piss, bro. Are you kidding me? It's so rank. I don't know how anyone can actually enjoy alcohol. In my opinion, it's like, holy fuck. And to be honest, I feel like the people that really do become addicted to alcohol are the people that literally grew up on it. You know what I mean? And to be honest, like I've had alcohol at a young age, but it's just like even when at a young age, I was like, this shit tastes like ass. You know what I mean? And then I grew up, and it still tastes like ass. So it's like I don't really see a perceived benefit in drinking alcohol. So like I may as well not do it at all.
We have a drink at the weekend because it's the weekend, but also after work, where we're stressed and when we're relaxed, sad and happy, at home and outside. Alcohol.
That's like the best marketing ploy. It's like, oh, alcohol is put in everything. It's put into wine when you relax. It's put into wine when you're having fun. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just because of marketing, you know what I mean? There's no actual, uh, proof that alcohol actually does anything that's beneficial to you besides the actual alcoholic effects, you know what I mean? But anyway,
Alcohol
like,
is kind of a paradox. Why do we cling so much to the thing that harms us the most? You after one drink. Alcohol is a biological weapon that yeast produces during.
also, I feel like not many people actually like alcohol because no one is fucking drinking like what's the alcohol like uh ethanol. Like no one's drinking like pure alcohol. People are drinking it in different things, and that's where like more harm can also come with your way, over consuming calories and like sugar and shit like that. But in terms of just like raw alcohol, just like, ethanol just by itself, it's like no one's fucking drinking. Like, I guarantee a lot of people aren't even drinking vodka by itself. People are drinking vodka in, orange juice or some shit like that, you know what I mean? So it's like, again, like, it's not even like, I mean? It's kind of like when you realize that sugar is bad, but no one's eating just sugar. Everyone's eating it in a cupcake, in a cake, in a bagel. You know what I mean? It's like in juices, in sodas and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, no. Again, like, and again, it's like alcohol is only the most harmful substance that we know of right now, because it's put in everything. It's like a guarantee if alcohol was, you know, alcohol would obviously be outclassed by cocaine if cocaine was more popularized by society and it was put in fucking food or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Easily, and cocaine's this like you know worse for you and does worse things in a person than alcohol does, and you need a lot less of it for it to actually do crazy shit. So yeah, but like imagine fent was like like legalized by every state everywhere. It'd be like people would just be dying left, right, and center. And to be honest, bro, I kind of want that society to be a thing because then it's kind of like we're taking out the retards at the gene pool. It's like kind of like good for society in that aspect. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that I hate about alcohol is that it doesn't kill people fast enough because it's like now they're taking our tax dollars by having to help these dumbasses with like liver problems and shit like that and like all these cancers. And it's like, bro, if alcohol just killed people faster, first of all, not majority of people wouldn't be drinking alcohol if it killed you a lot faster, and then second of all, it'd be actually beneficial to get these stupid people that are addicted to alcohol out of our society a lot quicker. I sound like an asshole, but it's true, and we're all thinking it.
To wipe out its competition. In alcoholic drinks, it's mixed with water and flavored with everything from fruits to caramel. With just one sip, sextillions of alcohol molecules flood your stomach and small intestine. From there, they head to your liver, your primary detox center, and to other organs like the brain. But your liver can only process about one sip of beer every 5 minutes, so unless you drink really slowly, it will become overwhelmed while an ever-growing swarm floods your brain. Here's where the chaos begins. The legion of intruders fills your brain and starts messing with neurotransmitters and receptors. Their sabotage is so complex that scientists aren't fully sure yet about all their mechanisms. But we know that alcohol numbs your neurons, making them slower, and disrupts their communication. This has several effects. It sedates you, melting away tension and stress. It stuns your prefrontal cortex, your center for decision-making and self-control, making you more disinhibited and prone to say or do things that you normally wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't really. I went out. Like, the story that I'm thinking of is like the only time that I've actually drunk alcohol and got, and also at the same time got drunk. I was hanging out with my friends, and it wasn't like, oh, bro, like you gotta drink alcohol because it like it will be so fun and like we're pressuring you. I did it because like I wanted to what all the fuss was about alcohol. I wanted to see like why everyone likes it so much, and that's why I did it. And but anyway, I know it's like harmful, and I knew like the risk could be that I get addicted to this substance, but I took that risk, and I was completely fine. It was a calculated risk in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, like when I got drunk, I literally didn't experience any mood changes or done anything crazy. As a matter of fact, I was operating my phone and recording the night completely fine. But when I woke up, I don't remember recording my phone only till like a couple of days later. Um, and so that was really strange. But like yeah, the only thing that changed about me was just my balance. Like it all shot down to like my motor neurons basically got fucking done for. But in terms of like my actual thinking and shit like that, like yeah, I could talk pretty alright. It got to a point where I was just tired, and I was pretty like bad anyway. But it's like I didn't really do anything crazy compared to like my friends. Even like my friends that drunk less than me, they were acting up, and I was like completely fine. And I think alcohol does affect people differently. Like for me, it affected my balance. But then like this other time when my friends were drinking, we had to save them because they were like running across like the beach at nighttime, which is really dangerous. Um, and we had to like go like I think like, one of my friends had tackled one of them and get him like in the car to like drive him back home and shit like that. And so like they weren't thinking correctly, but they were like pretty agile, pretty like fine in that aspect. So yeah, I think alcohol does affect people differently. Maybe it's because like I meditate and that's why I like it. It still kept some of like my critical thinking skills intact. But who knows? I don't know.
And it releases endorphins, feel-good molecules deeply tied to human connection. The chemicals that we produce when we laugh, sing or dance with others, and which help us turn fleeting moments into shared memories. So, after a drink or three, the world doesn't only feel lighter, it feels lighter with others. The invisible walls of insecurity around us begin to soften, and you find yourself becoming a little more you. Less afraid to talk, laugh, sing, or share joys and sorrows. Conversations flow easier, smiles last a little longer, and strangers can become friends or lovers more easily. So, for a while, it feels like the weight of being human isn't yours to carry alone. Alcohol sits at a sweet spot of gentle relaxation.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that like everything was a little bit funnier when you are a little bit drunk. Like, my friends were pretty funny to be honest. They were fucking drunk and doing crazy ass shit and like singing and shit like that. And I found it really pretty funny. And I think like I would have found that funny even if I was like sober anyway. But it's like, yeah, no, I didn't really experience much when I was drunk. It didn't really affect me that way. So that's probably like why I hate it so much. It's like, first of all, it tastes like ass. Unless it's mixed with other shit. But at that point, you're not even drinking it for the alcohol, you're just drinking it for the taste. Anything that's like alcohol heavy, like liquor, vodka, whiskey, or some shit like that, tastes pretty ass. If I say whiskey tastes alright, but it's like whiskey only tastes fine if you have it with like Coke or something, Fireball with Coke or something like that. Everything else is pretty ass. But yeah, I'm just like thinking like, yeah, it didn't really affect me that much. I'm not really like trying to like say like, oh, I'm the girl like, alcohol doesn't affect me. Like obviously it affects me pretty badly. I couldn't really see myself trying alcohol again to see like if I act any differently. And the reason for that is just because like I know how harmful it is to the human body. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Mild courage and friendly companionship that makes it the perfect social lubricant.
Didn't
One
experience
that
any of
comes
this.
with
Maybe
quite a
besides relaxation, but I think only got relaxed because I was so dizzy that I had to lay down like on the couch and just hang out with my friends and like no longer walk around anymore. But like, bro, my if my friends could like run around the beach drunk, it's like, bro, for me, it's like I couldn't, bro. I could not do that, bro. I think I got even more tired when I was drunk and shit like that. So yeah.
costs. Your body on regular drinking. For billions, these rounds become more frequent over time. The occasional drink becomes a weekly habit, then a ritual every other day, catching up with friends or unwinding. And there's always this buddy who drinks way more and has a perfectly normal life. But as the rounds add up over years, the damage builds up.
Catches up with
The
you,
alcohol molecule
no
can
matter who you
dissolve
are.
in water and fat, which allows it to invade almost every cell and tissue. And when your body breaks it down, it transforms into acetaldehyde, a chemical that's even more toxic than alcohol itself and that wreaks havoc on your tissues, cells, and DNA.
So bad.
In your brain, this shrinks your neurons and severs their connections, making it harder for different parts of the brain to communicate. As your brain withers, your memories fade, your thinking slows down, and your risk of dementia increases. When and how you drink matters. The younger you are, the wider the damage, and the more you drink in one go, the worse you'll make it. The human brain isn't fully wired until your mid-20s, so drinking before that age is like smashing wet cement before it's set. In 20-year-olds, blackout drinking episodes have been found to cause mental problems for up to a year, forgetting why you entered a room or having difficulty learning new things. Binge drinking in late adolescence is also one of the highest risk factors for early onset dementia. Then there's cancer. Just as smoking hits your lungs, alcohol causes 8 types of cancer, basically everywhere from mouth to bowel, plus breast cancer in women. Here, risks start at an average consumption of less than 1 glass of wine per day. Beyond that, risks increase. Worldwide, alcohol causes around 740,000 new cancer cases per year, leading to 400,000 deaths. Another victim is your liver. Alcohol disrupts fat metabolism, causing fat to build up in your liver cells. But this often has no symptoms, so you may go on drinking as your liver slowly turns to fat, swells with inflammation, and starts to
Yeah, but like, I don't know if I say like back when I was a kid, it's like you watch like Simpsons, for example, and you know Homer Simpson loves drinking, and you're watching like all these TV shows of like adults drinking and shit like that, and you're like, oh wow, like they must be drinking like like the craziest like sugary, like like what's like the like soda or something. It must taste like really like the best thing ever. It's how people get addicted to it, obviously, because it tastes good, right? And then you just drink it, and it tastes like fucking dog water. And it's like, what the fuck? Why is everyone addicted to this shit? Like, I literally don't understand how you can get addicted to something that actively tastes bad. You know what I mean? But
fail.
yeah.
The final stage is cirrhosis. Your liver is full of scars and barely functioning. This might take over 10 years, but once it appears, it's largely irreversible. Every year, 600,000 people die because they have a liver destroyed by alcohol. Drinking also weakens your heart, raises blood pressure, and increases the risk of stroke and thrombosis, leading to another 500,000 deaths from cardiovascular diseases every year. In terms of looks too, alcohol damages cells around your body, including your skin, which looks older sooner. And not only does alcohol contain a lot of calories itself, it also makes many people very hungry. Drinking is a huge source of weight gain and increases the risk of obesity, opening the door to a cascade of other health problems. When scientists crunch these numbers, they see that health problems can start at about 1 beer a day, and that the chances of premature death start rising significantly at around 3 beers a day for men and less than 2 for women. If this sounds like a lot to you, maybe look around. In the EU, the average man drinks the equivalent of almost 3 beers a day. The average woman...
Yeah, and it's like, what's it, like the rule is like you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most, right? And so how can we improve yourself? Well, you can improve yourself by changing your friend group and not changing like your friends, like, you know, trying to like take them out and be like, oh bro, like, you know, oh, we probably shouldn't be drinking so much. Like, you probably could convince them, but it's like, what's the point? Like, until they have the realization that it's so bad for them, it's like, you know, you had that realization, why can't they have that realization? They don't want to have that realization. And so it's better just to change your friend group and hang out with people that don't like drinking, that are on the same page as you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, having like a random drink once in a while won't kill you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I won't feel guilty if I have like I don't know like what drink I could have. I hate alcohol, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know what I could think of it anyway. But it's like, yeah, like, you're only drinking because, and especially like I live in Australia, right? Like, I'm Australian. And so everyone drinks here. Like, you can start drinking when you're 18 years old legally. Um, uh, and so it's like, yeah, like, you only drink because everyone else is. You know, it's like bandwagoning. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't even like a free thinker. Like, when you think about it, you know what I mean? It's like you're just doing because everyone else is doing it. It's like, you're not even like a free thinker. Oh my god, like free thinkers when it comes to drinking alcohol. It's like, and they'll be like, oh bro, alcohol is so good, tastes so good, and it's like, they're brainwashed basically. They're just brainwashed just as, you know
Women
what I mean?
almost won. Similar figures apply to much of the world, especially the West. There's no other drug we consume that gets so close to the edge of harm. It isn't only your body.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason for that is because alcohol is legal. You know what I mean? It's like the other drugs were legal, not straight away, but they would eventually reach up to the same level of alcohol. And especially, you know, alcohol has been so legalized that it's being put into a lot of things. You know, even chocolates have alcohol in it sometimes. But it's like, you know, imagine if the same thing was this, you know, with like weed. No, I think weed's fairly not harmful. Cocaine, you know, imagine if that what the shit was like put into food. Imagine fent was put into your fucking cookies. You know what I mean? It'd be pretty fucking bad.
Alcohol is unique for another reason: its unmatched ability to destroy others. Alcohol causes a staggering amount of accidents. The numbness and disinhibition of a few drinks can morph you into a clumsy critter eager to take really stupid risks on a balcony, at sea, or on the road.
Like, imagine if fucking bath soaps were like legal. You know what I mean? Like, everyone would be screwed because you had to be fucking dealing with like actual fucking, not even zombies, but like actual demons. Like, you would be like, you people would be trying to break into houses on like that the regular. It'd be like the purge basically. Everyone would be fucked up, and that's the reason why it's so bad. That's why I think it's a class 1 drug for that reason. You know what I mean? Or schedule 1. Yeah.
A year, alcohol-fueled accidents kill 500,000 people, 300,000 of them in car accidents.
Oh, dude, I hate that statistic because it's like, the reason why we have to make driving so safe isn't because of your own fault. It literally is because, you know, you're going to interact with someone else who's maybe drunk, maybe just a fucking dickhead not paying attention, and you're gonna die because their negligence. You did everything right. It's their fault technically, but it's gonna be your responsibility to fix it. And it's like, you know what I mean? I just think alcohol should be illegal. And to be honest, I'm like, maybe one day when I got a bit more money, I might move to a country that has, you know, alcohol, you know, it is illegal. Um, and I think it's a cope. Oh my god, like, America tried to ban alcohol, and you know, it was still illegally sold. It's like, yeah, if they crack down hard enough, like if they were like these you know, Middle Eastern countries that, like, you know, dish out harsher punishments, like you lost your life for doing this type of crime, then yeah, no one would be taking that risk to drink alcohol, like just drink alcohol. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like, oh my god, like it's so good to like live in, like, you know, Dubai or some shit like that. I mean, but it has like legalized alcohol, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's like, bro, I would want to live somewhere that has like maybe, you know, more extreme laws, because like, you know, I would just follow them. I'd be completely fine. You know what I mean?
But more than half of the people who died in those crashes didn't drink. They just died because someone else did. Alcohol is also one of the major causes of violence, from fights in the pub to domestic abuse, other brutal assaults, and murder. Figures differ by country, but essentially 50% of all violent crime and sexual assault is committed by drunk offenders. Each year, alcohol-fueled crime kills about 100,000 people. That's a city like Pisa being massacred every year by a drunk mob. And then you have all the non-lethal victims. In England alone, 500,000 adults are injured every year in accidents caused by drunk people. Another 800,000 get hurt in violent attacks by drunk offenders. Zoomed out to the rest of the drinking world, this means that every year dozens of millions are physically harmed by someone else's drinking. The most innocent bystanders are the 600,000 babies born every year with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, a
Yeah,
devastating
actual brutal, bro. Like, imagine your like we already know that like a big part of looks maxing is like the black pill, which is like, uh your you're only gonna be as good as like your bad features, or like, what the saying is, like, what I mean? But it's like, imagine you're collapsed because your parents are dickheads and they wanted to drink when you were still developing inside your mom. Like, holy fuck, bro. That's brutal. Like, when you realize like people only like looks maxing, like, you get the red pill, like, oh, you can improve yourself type thing, because of they like just because they like the mental masturbation of, oh, I can control anything in my life. And it's like, yeah, like, you could get facial surgery and shit like that, but you're still gonna have the DNA of someone who's has like a shit bloodline, basically. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's pretty brutal in that aspect. But like, if you're just gonna be selfish, be selfish, I guess. Um, that's pretty much why, like, I disagree with like, the clavicular looks maxing shit like that. Not just because of like, it's so cringy to like wear muscle that's like fake and shit like that. But it's like, if you're gonna like basically LARP as like a healthy individual, it's like you're basically tricking someone to have children with you, and then those children are also gonna suffer because of like your bad genetics. You know what I mean? It's like we're slowly going into that, um not like Blade Runner, what's it called, that cyberpunk universe, where like you can literally just change like what you physically look like, and everything's gonna be basically fake. I mean, everyone's gonna be fake. um, it's gonna be normalized to just change your body drastically. Um, and we're no longer gonna be able to like selectively, I'm talking like humans are animals, but like selectively breed humans to like look better and better. That's gonna stop eventually one day, because people with bad genetics are eventually gonna breed, because they're gonna have surgeries and shit like that drastically improve their appearance. And it's like, yeah, that's good for the individual, but is it good for like society? I don't know. Um, but anyway, yeah, like fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, brutal. Not even this shit, but like, what's the one where it's like, your face is like smoother and shit like that, and like your eye, like, the skin around your eyes is like also messed up. That's brutal. When, because like you can look at an individual and you can be like, yeah, your mom was drinking when you were getting birth. That's actually crazy to me.
lifelong condition caused by drinking during pregnancy.
Also, I'm not trying to say that like, I'm not trying to say that drinking turns your DNA, makes your DNA worse. I'm just trying to say that like people have already predetermined like genetic, things, like, a big crazy nose, or like, just bad genetics in general, um are going to be the ones having children when they can get surgeries to change that. Because, what I mean, it's like, if you get a nose job and you change your nose, your children are still going to have terrible fucked up faces, like, noses and shit like that. I'm just saying nose as like an example, but it could be like worse features, and you could be giving that to your children because of, um, you know, and yeah, I don't know if that's like a good thing. I mean, it's good for the individual, not good for the beehive. You know what I mean?
Alcohol is nothing short of a global catastrophe. The final toll, the hijacking of
Yeah, I mean, it's only bad because people make it bad. I could easily, if I was running the world, I could easily make people quit alcohol, and I just give people the prison time or death sentence if they were doing tons of alcohol. You know what I mean? It'd be, like a lot of these things in society that you think are impossible to change are really easy to change if you just have a harsher punishment. And obviously, like, we can't just like, go from drinking tons of alcohol to not. But it's like, you get people time. You slowly accustom to them drinking less and less alcohol. You change the media. You make it so that alcohol isn't even fun to, like, you push that message that, oh yeah, alcohol basically sucks anyway. I mean, like, people are drinking less and less alcohol anyway because people can't fucking afford it anyway. But it's like, yeah, bro, I could easily, like, if I was running the world, bro, I could easily make people, like, the whole world quit alcohol. Most of the world, at least 80% of the world quit alcohol. Just because, like,
400 mi-
the countries that have like really harsh punishments for, like, weed, for example. I heard that, like, maybe I think it's Bali or something. If you do drugs there, you can get, like, arrested and shit like that, or, like, put, like, in jail or shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like you just need, like, a really harsher punishment, and if people are still doing it, then you need to increase the punishment. You know what I mean?
million lives. When your drinking escalates to a point that it causes real harm to yourself or others, you've crossed the invisible line to alcoholism. An estimated 400 million people, 1 in 14 adults, are in this territory. The line is very fuzzy and varies from person to person, but if you consistently drink 8 beers per week as a woman, 15 as a man, or 5 on the same day, you've either crossed the line or are dangerously walking towards it. Of those 400 million, more than half.
Yeah, no one's drinking just 5. I mean, if you're going for the intention to get drunk, no one's just drinking 5 drinks. I mean, a woman is, but, like, when I got drunk, I was drinking. I drunk 8 to 9, uh, uh, you know, standard drinks within 2 hours, and then I eventually got drunk. So yeah, it's brutal, especially if you're a big guy. It takes a lot more alcohol to actually do shit to your psyche and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, no one's just drinking 5 drinks on one day. You know what I mean? It's brutal when you think about, like, it's so bad to just drink 5 drinks on one day or 14 throughout the week. And it's like, yeah, people that are addicted to alcohol aren't just drinking that much. You know what I mean? They could drink a pack of beers basically, like, every day, every 2 days. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Have fallen into an even deeper trap: dependence. When alcohol has become something that you physically or psychologically need. In Europe and the Americas, 1 in 20 adults are caught in this web. The stereotype of alcoholism is one of extremes: a homeless person clutching a bottle or an always drunk father shouting at his kids. But it can be far more silent. A US study found that up
Yeah,
to
it could be your mum
50%
as
of
well.
all
Are you kidding me?
alcoholics may fly under the radar. They come in 2 main groups: unproblematic young adults and middle-aged professionals with successful careers and families. As one of them, you'll show no antisocial behavior. You'll fulfill your obligations. You'll probably have no diagnosed health conditions. But on average, you'll be having 4 beers a day and will get drunk every week.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to question whether or not you're addicted to anything, literally just quit it for 2 months. If you can't even, like, not even 2 months, bro, even like a 1 month, bro. If you can't even quit it for that 1 month, I mean, I don't know, not November, but it's like, no alcohol. No month starts with a. You know what I mean? It's like, if you can't even quit it for like a 1 month, it's like you're cooked. You're done for. Or even if you do quit it for a month, but then you catch up to it, like you double down the next month on alcohol, yeah, you're addicted. There's not really much to say about that. It doesn't even count to alcohol, but it's like anything in life. So yeah, majority of people are addicted to things and they don't even realize it. It's brutal when you actually, like, take a step back and realize I literally depend on. I can't live without this in my life, basically. You know what I mean?
And neither you nor your family may notice. No one questions a drink at dinner, after work, or at a party. But it's exactly that that makes alcohol so dangerous. No other drug is so widely accepted, casually consumed, and easily ignored. So, okay, how did we come to this? A pact with the devil. We made a pact with alcohol to help us solve one of the greatest challenges of being human. Human interaction is messy. We long for closeness, but we're also anxious, awkward, and wary of each other. Am I talking too much? Do they actually like me? What if I say something stupid? There are many ways to navigate this. Alcohol is not the solution, but it is definitely one of them. It is a real and effortless solution to the problem of connecting with others. Studies confirm what we've known for millennia. Modest quantities of alcohol help strangers bond. And individuals who drink moderately and socially tend to have more friends, closer friendships, and higher levels of trust in others. So if we want to step away from alcohol, we need to be honest about what we gain from it. For millennia, we've been giving it our health and years of our lives. And in return, alcohol gave us confidence, connection, and celebration. But right now, this is changing rapidly. Younger generations, and especially Gen Z, are drinking far less than their parents did. In the US,
Thank fuck, because like I feel like yeah, like it is a lot harder. I mean, people are still doing drugs even if they're not doing alcohol, but it's like yeah, dude, brutal. I find it a lot harder to make friends with people because like everything like bro, they could be a good person, everything could be good about them, but then they do weed, they drink alcohol, they don't even work out, like not even like bit like lifting weights, but like they don't even like go for like walks every day. It's like they can't read, like but my they smell bad, you know what I mean? It's like bare minimum for me, and then it's like yeah, I can't like them anymore, and people make the decision. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drink alcohol and not be alone. But in my opinion, I'd much rather be somewhat alone and not hanging with dickheads because I think it's just a way better life. I mean, I've gotten pretty used to being alone and shit like that. It sounds pretty sad, but it's like, bro, life's fun as fuck. Still, just having like me, like a couple of friends, um, that are like actually like good people that don't do shit things. You know what I mean? Uh, and so yeah, if you ever like questioning, oh, like should I give up my morals or something like that just to like hang out with people, don't, because eventually you're gonna get successful enough so you can hang with actually character like people with good characteristics and shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll say.
the share of 18-year-olds who have ever tried alcohol has dropped by 25% in the last decades. Binge drinking in adolescence has plummeted by 50%. And even in countries like Germany or France, where beer and wine have always been part of the cultural DNA, alcohol consumption is falling. And that's a victory. Fewer accidents, fewer hospital beds filled, fewer lives quietly derailed. But at the same time, other things have been falling too. The share of young people who see their friends almost every day has plummeted by 50%. Attendance at parties has fallen by 30%. Dating and casual sex have fallen by a similar amount. All while loneliness and mental health issues have skyrocketed. There are many different reasons for this, from COVID to social media. But the shift in which drugs we consume is probably not totally
I mean, there's only so much you can blame COVID for. COVID was fucking 6 years ago now. There's only so much you can blame COVID for nowadays. I feel like that's like the most overused thing. Oh, the Gen Z are so like messed up because of COVID. It's like it's been over for ages, bro. Stop blaming COVID on everything. You know what I mean? If people don't want to hang out with people anymore, it's because of their prerogative. It's because they don't want to. You know what I mean?
related either. Drugs like weed have gained ground massively, and in contrast to drinking, smoking weed tends to make many people less energetic and likely to do things, more socially awkward, and especially if you use a lot of it, more lonely. Alcohol has been a powerful and influential tool for sharing, celebrating, and enjoying life with others for thousands of years. If the West is on the path to drinking less, we might also be on the path to something completely new. A future where we connect and rejoice without a poisonous chemical crutch, or at least without this specific one. It's up to us to figure out what comes next. There are so many other ways to
That's the end of the video. Alcohol is amazing by Coast Gazette. I will say, in my personal experience, the most brutal thing about being addicted to drugs or alcohol is that when I was applying to become a soldier in the army, which I'm not doing anymore, and I probably won't do because they're fucking corrupt pieces of shit. But the crazy thing to me is that you have your the doctor that like sees you, and they take and even your psychologist. Oh, okay, we're ticking off things. All right. So you don't drink? No, I don't drink. You don't do any recreational drugs, anything illegal? No, no. And then they don't just skim over that. They say, really? That's interesting. Like they're more interested that you don't do drugs and alcohol. Like it'd be more normal for them if you did it. and even consistently. That's actually brutal to me. Society is actually cooked in that, in my opinion, in terms of like that aspect. It's like, yeah, we're more accustomed to people being monkeys and not being able to control themselves and taking way too much drugs and shit like that. But anyway, I'm yapping. Yeah, leave a like. That's a very good video. We can take that out the playlist now. And to be honest, I'm pretty fucking tired. I know no one has really watched the stream, because that view was pretty. I think it's just my thing. So anyway, hope you enjoy the stream. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. To be honest, as you can see, I'm fucking wrecked, bro. Had to do so much shit today, but anyway, have you enjoyed? I would not be making this a video because, I mean, it was just me yapping about random self improvement, motivational speaking while fishing type bullshit. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye. Peace out.